Pranam Acharya ji. My name is Ishita. So my question is, I have a tendency to lie about myself, especially in front of people who are considered superior in society. And I do that so that they think that I am at their level, if not above them. And deep down, I know that whatever they have earned or achieved is very superficial, and they have that hold no real value. But then also, I'm not able to resist myself from lying about myself in front of them. So, how should I get rid of this habit of mine and not care so much about my self image? And also, should be able to accept my flaws in front of everyone. Thank you.
No, the first lie is not about yourself. The first lie is hidden. It's subtle. The first lie is that others are superior. How have you managed to convince yourself that others are superior in the first place? They are not. See, there are two of us. When you say Ishita, or when you take any other name, his name, her name, my name, we are not one, we are two. The first is what we have somehow become. And the second one is the one we really are. Right? The second one, therefore, is the utmost potentiality and the aspiration of the first one. Who is the first one? The one you take yourself to be. I am Ishita with all my limitations. That's the first one. Who is the second one? The one Ishita is destined to be. The one Ishita really is but knows nothing of. Ishita's own reality hidden from her. That's the second one. Needless to say, if the second one is the real one, then the first one is quite false. And it becomes interesting here because the first one, even if it's false, is the one we live as continuously, no? We know nothing of our greatest potential. Vedanta calls that as Atma. But we know everything of our everyday problems and defeats and limits and failures. And now, that's where understanding is needed. The one Ishita has become might actually be behind others in certain aspects, in terms of, let's say, marks, in terms of pay package, or in terms of physical attributes such as height. All these are quantifiable. You could say the other is 2 inches taller, or you could say the other got 5% more marks. So there obviously a comparison is valid, and you could see that the other is ahead of you. But then all these comparisons are in the realm of that which is not really the truth. Truly, you are incomparable. Truly, there is nobody superior to you. Truly, there is nobody even inferior to you. Truly, there is nobody else other than you. Therefore, there is no need to take yourself as behind the others. Practically, yes, one has to see that, there was, let's say, a competitive exam and you obtained rank 823. So 822 people were ranked ahead of you. That's all right. That's all right. But then that's not my destiny. I take that as some kind of a necessary fact, but not the truth. I take that as the reality of this moment, not my eternal truth. And that, while keeping you in touch with the fact of the moment, will also shield you from complexes involving inferiority and superiority. You then say, right, you are ahead of me, and that I accept as the fact. I am nobody to deny that. I don't want to live in imaginations. I see that you are ahead of me right now. But I also know something far deeper. Me remaining behind and you remaining ahead is not what we are here for. You are here to realize your greatest destiny, and so am I. And that greatest thing we all are here for is not different for each one. Your potentiality is not different from the other ones. Are you getting it? Now, this will prevent you from feeling inferior. It will also shield you from feeling superior. And it will give you the honesty and the courage to simply accept that you are behind. And it will also give you the humility to accept that sometimes you are ahead of others. When you are ahead of others, be humble about that, because that's not the ultimate truth. When you are behind others, be a bit casual about that, because that is not the ultimate truth. Comparisons do exist in this material world. One cannot deny that 5 is greater than 2. But then neither comparisons nor this material world are the ultimate you are here for. Are you getting it? So, have the courage to accept comparisons where they can be duly made. And also have the wisdom to know that all comparisons have to be taken with a pinch of salt. And that's a very fine balance. To know and accept and acknowledge that you are behind, and to also realize that winning and losing, feeling superior or inferior, being ahead or behind, is not what this game is all about. So, since you are in the game, so you acknowledge, yes, I am behind. But also you realize that all this is just a game. What happens when you are playing, let's say, badminton? You are behind, right? You don't want to negate or invalidate the scorecard. You are trailing, let's say 8-3. And you are behind, and you say, yes, of course. As far as this game is concerned, I am behind. But I also realize that I am behind in just a game. This is not the final reality. This is something of this moment. And since it is something of this moment, I will give it its due respect. I will play to be a better player. I'll want to beat the other person because that's what we are playing for. That's where the fun of badminton lies. I want to be ahead of you. You want to smash me down. Sometimes the scoreboard will show you are ahead, and there might be a time when I am ahead of you, and let's both compete fiercely. And even as I am competing fiercely, I never for a moment forget it is just a game. And that's what, it's a fine balance. To partake wholeheartedly in the game and still not forget it's just a game. Are you getting it? So, do compare yourselves with others where comparisons are meaningful and useful. And many a times comparisons can be a great way to progress in life both externally and internally. So do make comparisons and do make fair comparisons and have the courage to accept the results. Right? And when you compare, remember there is a truth beyond this comparison. That truth must not be forgotten ever. And it's that truth that will give you, I am repeating this, the courage, the guts to honestly acknowledge that you are behind. And it is this truth that would also give you the humility to honestly acknowledge when you are ahead. Am I making sense?
Yes, yes, you are. Thank you, Acharya.